In Nomadistan, we feel compelled to help others who cannot help themselves. Maybe you, for instance. Do you know how to tell if you're in a cult? No? Well, here's a helpful guide for the patriotically indoctrinated. Now, let's be honest, we've all accidentally joined a cult at least once in our lives. Maybe it was CrossFit. Maybe it was Bitcoin. Maybe it was the time you bought 3 matching flags, painted your pickup truck with a vengeance, bordering on obsession, and you declared the mailman was an agent of the deep state. But how can you know if you've crossed the line? In Nomadistan, we have a simple test. If your freedom movement comes with matching hats, mandatory chants, and an overwhelming need to scream at baristas, well, congratulations. You've joined what we like to call a belief system with a loyalty program and occasional parades. Now, there are several key cult indicators. Now, in patriotic flavor, you may be in a cult if a uniform is required. If everyone wears the same color but insists they're all free thinkers, that's not freedom, that's group cosplay with mood disorders. If you have one leader to rule them all, if there's one man, and it's always a man, isn't it? If he cannot be questioned, corrected, or mocked, even when he mispronounces the word anonymous, you may be spiritually enrolled without consent. Do you have an enemies list longer than a CVS receipt? Cults thrive on enemies. Them, they, those people. If you're angry at literally everyone except the man yelling at you on TV, then that's a big red flag wrapped in a conspiracy burrito. Profits come with product lines. When your spiritual awakening costs $29.95 per month and comes with a limited edition a gold coin, you're not being enlightened. You're being monetized. When science is suspicious, but memes are the truth, if decades of research are dismissed with a, haha, that's fake news, but a blurry Facebook post in all caps just changes your life, well, congrats. Your critical thinking has left the chat. But fear not, future citizens of Nomadistan, and yes, we are accepting applications, for we in this enlightened nation state, we offer a multi-point deprogramming opportunity. Phase 1, the soft separation. In Nomadistan, we do not rescue you from your cult. That's far too aggressive and frankly a little rude. We do what all great friends do. We invite you on a casual, unsupervised road trip into the unknown. You seem tense, we say, while gently sliding your leader's laminated talking points out of your cargo pants. Why not join us for a few days of peaceful stargazing in the desert? No Wi-Fi. No hats, no daily loyalty pledges. We don't make a scene, we simply drive. Slowly, westward, possibly south. You never really notice when we cross the border into Nomadistan territory. What with the sand dunes, the stray mariachi bands, and the absence of billboards screaming about the end of times. And your phone stopped working 3 hours ago. So did your cult group chat. Nobody noticed you were gone because the algorithm replaced you with an AI-generated version that somehow will now post even angrier things. There are no matching robes here. No choreographed chants. No t-shirts bearing the face of a man whose mouth always seems slightly open. Just a circle of strangers with mismatched socks, communal tortilla chips, and gentle laughter that doesn't involve yelling the word sheeple. It's at this point you start to relax. It's confusing. Someone hands you a mango. Eat it, they say. No metaphors, it's just a mango. But your cult brain tries to find the symbolism. Is this the forbidden fruit? Is it a test? Is the mango gay? But there's nothing to decode, just the sound of the wind, the stars overhead, and the faint realization that maybe, just maybe, you don't need to be constantly outraged just to feel alive. Subtle reality osmosis. We still don't tell you what to think. That's so culty. Instead, we hand you a seat by the fire and a stick with a marshmallow so stale, well, it requires belief just to chew. And we talk. Not at you, around you. Casually, gently, with the kind of honesty that doesn't need to raise its voice. We share stories. Not, this is what's real stories, but this is what happened to me stories. No soapboxes, no PowerPoints, just burnt carbs, flickering flames, and a surprising number of admissions that begin with, so I once lived in a converted missile silo with a man named Prophet Chad. One woman tells of the time that she was told the moon landing was faked by pigeons. Another speaks of the years she spent believing hugs were a government plot. Somebody admits that he used to shout fake news at his toaster. He was very committed. And then somebody quietly says, "My guru once told me I had to reject my mother, and so I did. And then I missed her banana bread and, well, I went back." There's a very long pause at this moment, and then everyone nods like it's a universal truth. You sit there, chewing your marshmallow and realizing these people are ridiculous, but they're also kind of sane. These other folks around the campfire, they believe in very weird things, but the difference is they know they might be wrong. They laugh at themselves. They update their beliefs like software. They're not trying to convert you. They're just trying not to die alone in a desert while arguing over who built the pyramids. And that's when it hits you. No one here has tried to sell you anything. No one here cares if you agree. No one here is screaming. And yet, you feel seen. That's not just osmosis. That's a breach in the cult firewall. And onward to phase 3, the great reframing. At this point, you stopped asking if the mango is symbolic. You're just eating it. And that's when we spring our most dangerous weapon. We ask a question. Not an argument, not a YouTube documentary with ominous music and a slow zoom on a crying bald eagle, just a calm, curiosity-soaked question whispered over a cup of sage tea. Do you believe that, or were you just told that you should? We say it like we're asking if your shirt itches. No pressure, no follow-up, just we let it hang there, like sandalwood smoke or the guilt from your last angry tweet. Some other Nomadistanis join in, gently volleying other forbidden thoughts. What if freedom isn't yelling, but it's listening? What if your enemies aren't evil, they just have bad taste in hats? You look around. No one is panicking, no alarms are sounding, no elders are rushing in to correct your thoughts with laminated scripture. People are allowed to disagree here. Like, it's okay. Like the world won't collapse if someone says something different. And that's when it happens. That little mental click. The lock turns. The gears grind. Something loosens. It's not enlightenment, it's flexibility. You begin to understand that your cult gave you certainty, but Nomadistan offers you options. Here, belief is like a buffet. You try some kindness, skip the paranoia, circle back for seconds of doubt, and maybe steal a side of ancient wisdom with spicy memes on top. You can mix and match. You can build your own meaning. And if it doesn't fit later, well, just trade it back in. No manager required. That's reframing. And suddenly the world feels bigger. Scarier maybe, but also a lot more real. Which brings us to the fourth and final phase, the nomadic exit interview. We never told you to stay. That's the trick, isn't it? Cults cling. In Nomadistan, we offer you tea and an open door in the same breath. After a few nights under the stars and a few awkward conversations, plus a few dangerously open-ended questions, we simply ask, do you want to go back to your cult, or do you want to stay and help us build a sand library? Now, if you do choose to return to your cult, we don't shame you. We don't say, ha ha, you'll be back. We don't send guilt scrolls or tell you that you're dead to us in 11 dimensions. We just hand you your robe, freshly laundered, a granola bar for the road, and a small pen that reads, "Ask me about doubt." Because in Nomadistan, freedom means freedom. Even the freedom to reattach chains, as long as you know they are chains. No one here will follow you. No one here will try to rescue you later, because the fire is still burning and there's always another traveler wandering towards the light, clutching an angry pamphlet and wondering why the mango felt emotional. We'll just always be here, with our mismatched chairs, our unanswerable questions, and a rotating menu of belief systems served with joy. So welcome home. Or not. It's your choice. Hi, Rick here. I'm the creator and I suppose the semi-nomadic ruler of Nomadistan. At least I write the articles. This story/video is kind of difficult to do because it sounds accusatory. I mean, nobody wants to be told that they're in a cult. Nobody wants to be told that they're brainwashed. I mean, unless the meetings come with cookies or something. If you're new here, I created Nomadistan because I'm completely tired of the typical political and cultural discourse, the constant back and forth beating each other with baseball bats. No, I wanted to come in around on the sides, to sort of sneak in with satire and fun and humor and maybe a couple mildly pointed sticks. But alas, some topics just cannot be satirized away. Is satirized a word? I think it's a word. I'm going to make it a word. I'm old enough to remember a time when we still battled each other over our ideologies, but we didn't hate each other. I mean, we have Walter Cronkite, this guy who got on the news and told us things, and well, we thought for ourselves and we figured out what was going to happen, and then maybe we still argue with each other, but we all had the same basic facts to start with. You see, we all liked and respected Walter because he told the truth. We knew he told the truth. We all believed in the same ball of yarn. It's just, we just disagreed on what color it maybe actually was. But alas, today we have, well, you know what we have. Social media echo chambers that just sort of purposely formulate battle royale. And we have greed over, well, common humanity. Now, I know cult is a very, very strong word, but if whatever you believe in sort of has swept you into a corner and that's the only thing you see, that there is no rest of the room, well, maybe you need to fill out an application for how to be deprogrammed through Nomadistan. Now, having said all that, the purpose of the article and this video is not to inflame. It is not to point fingers and tell you that you're less. No, it's to start an honest discourse. And honestly, the subject is irrelevant. I mean, I don't care what cult you're in. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say cult. I'll find a better word for it. But the whole point is, it's the extremism and the inability to think for ourselves that really matters. That's the point of this video. So, one last question, maybe two. Did this video remind you of anybody that you may know? Did it remind you of someone you might see in the mirror? Thanks for watching.